see what kind of stuff they have in a Japanese bakery. It's like a curry sort of donuts. Croque monsieur, French bread, fried chicken sandwich, fried prawn bun.
What is this? Noodle satay.
Noodle satay bun. So it's bread, noodles on bread. Interesting. Oh, I like this. It's pork cutlets in a sandwich with a very nice sauce. These are very cute as well.
So this was a chicken bun with some lettuce, some sauce, some cabbage. It's like a croquette. I think there's cheese inside of the chicken. Very nice bun. That's what I like. You never know for sure what you're getting. It's often a little surprise.
And I got here the pork cutlets, the sandwich, and also a cheese ham croissant. The croissant is the perfect texture. I don't know what they put in the sauce in here. It was amazing. Very tender, thick slice of pork with this crust around it. It's kind of like a breaded crust. And then I think they put some miso sauce in this crust. The inside is very mild, but then the outside is very flavorful, like very savory. There's no denial that Tokyo is the anime mecca of the entire world, and there is actually two famous areas here in Tokyo where you can find all sorts of anime stores. The biggest one is Akihabara, and a smaller one is Nakano. They both have a completely different vibe, and we are going to visit both of them today. So we are here at Shinjuku station, and we are taking one station with the metro to Nakano Broadway to start our day. But I'm also going to show you that in these areas you can not only find anime stores, but you can also find really nice cafes and restaurants. So let's go.
Let's go.
The next departure from track number 3 will be the 4:24 p.m.
ご乗車ありがとうございます。この電車は快速高尾行きです。途中の三鷹では中央特快高尾行きと掛け合わせをお願いします。
たくさんのペットたち、動物たちと出会うことが多いです。この中なくペットを飼われている方もこの中にたくさんいらっしゃるのではないでしょうか。
So we are entering now the Nakano Sun Mall. There is like this shopping street here at this mall where you have lots of places to get some foods, snacks, bakery, sushi. It's basically a typical Japanese shopping street.
Hey, this reminds me of this thing in Fukuoka when we were there the first time. One of our first experiences.
You can find many of these traditional shopping streets all over Japan. Of course, depending on which city you are, depending on which neighborhood you are, the shopping streets can look quite different, but they basically have the same premise. And this shopping street is literally right in front of the station of Nakano, and at the end of the shopping street is the Nakano Broadway, where you can find a lot of vintage anime items. Very interesting. I'm really curious to see what we can find there. Let me know in the comments if you have a favorite anime, and maybe I can tell you if I find something about this anime or not.
Would Shinchan be considered an anime?
Shinchan? Yeah, animation. So.
I love it.
One thing we haven't tried yet, and I'm really curious to try, is some of those Japanese Kit Kats this time, because Kit Kat is a huge thing here in Japan. They have hundreds of different flavors of Kit Kats that you cannot find anywhere else. Look at these ones, for example. They have banana caramel Kit Kats, matcha Kit Kat is my favorite, chocolate orange Kit Kat, milk tea Kit Kat. So yeah, we will be trying many different ones. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you have to, so you can see us trying all of these different flavors.
We're willing to make that sacrifice.
We are willing to make that sacrifice. Oh, let's check what else they have here. To make matcha latte, senbei, typical Japanese crackers, lots of Japanese candy. There's lots of different gachapon spread all over Nakano Broadway. Pokemon. Mandarake, for example, specializes in vintage, movie and anime posters, which is really cool. I always like to see the type of art that they use in these old style Japanese movies, because I find it so inspiring somehow. Wow, this is cool as well. So you can see even vintage Japanese coins. And not just Japanese coins, but coins from other countries as well. Hello Kitty coins. I didn't know they had that back in the day. In 1974, Astro Boy, Lika-chan, Doraemon. This was one of my favorite animes growing up, Yu Yu Hakusho. Who remembers this from the 90s? These I also used to watch, Saint Seiya. I think I used to have this when I was a child. Mandarake is the biggest vintage anime store in the whole of Japan. They have many Mandarake stores all over the country. And the cool thing about the Mandarake in this region is because they have very specific themes. Cards or others more specific for anime sales. There is a little bit of everything. So really this area, Nakano Broadway, is the area if you are looking for something very specific that you cannot find anywhere. Lots and lots of Godzilla figures, lots of Ultraman figures as well. Okay, from what I noticed, this one specializes in girls anime. So a lot of Sakura Card Captors, Sailor Moon, lots and lots of items from Magical Girls. Oh wow, you can find even very old camera models from Konica and different Japanese brands. This Mandarake, for example, focuses on manga, so you can find not only new mangas but also vintage mangas, some very interesting ones. Really cool Japanese books, so if you're into graphic design, illustration, this is a great place for you. These vintage illustrations I find very beautiful. I'm really into the vintage ones, the old style Japanese illustrations. Interesting fashion books on how to wear suits. I love this type of art. This feels very 80s. It's from City Hunter. Ooh, they have a new movie coming up. So we came to this place called Gyukatsu Motomura. So these two sauces, this is soy sauce and this is a special sauce that you're supposed to put on top of the meats. And actually you're supposed to cook the meats on top of this stone. These are sauces that you put on the rice, and then miso soup and some side dishes here. This is pickles, this is something else. And on the sides, we got ourselves our favorite drink, highballs. Every time we come to Japan, we always have highballs. For some reason, it tastes so much better here because the Japanese whiskey is much more mild than the typical Western whiskey, and we like it that way.
This looks amazing.
Itadakimasu. Kanpai. We have some wasabi also, and a little potato salad. This potato salad has something in it, like maybe some fish or some... What is it? Amazing, super tender.
Delicious. So good.
Miso soup is very healthy as well, full of probiotics. So what did you think about the food?
The meat was delicious. First of all, I like that you had to grill it yourself. sear it yourself. Very delicious, very tender, and nicely crunchy.
Yeah, the outside's kind of crunchy and then the inside's very tender. Some flavors that we have never seen or tried before in our lives.
Yeah.
Highly recommend this place. It's evening and we are ready to explore a little bit more of Akihabara. Unfortunately, it's raining, but we will still be able to have a look at the stores around. Shinjuku station is the busiest station in the world, so we always have to make sure that we live on the right exit, otherwise you might have to walk a lot to find the place that we want. So Tokyo has a lot of cool concept cafes and bars. It's raining. We are going to a parfait bar. It's a bar that only sells desserts. And it's supposed to be 1 minute from here, from the Shinjuku-Ninchome station. This parfaiteria comes from Sapporo, Hokkaido, in the north of Japan. Let's see what they have in the menu. Contains alcohol. Okay, that one. Oh, there's also this one with the moon. I love this idea of having a dessert bar. Me too. And here, like, they go all out with the parfaits. Yeah, where you can have like a really good dessert and a drink at the same time. So they also give you this card with an explanation of all the ingredients that are inside. This looks so beautiful and it smells really good as well.
Yeah, it's a shame to break it. Like, it's so beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
this is art.
This is pure art. Bon appetit.
This feels like a Michelin level parfait.
And I love how with each layer you find a new exciting flavor. And there are some cookies in between, so after you break the cookies, then a new flavor comes out. It's delicious. So it's kind of like 15 different ingredients, and in the beginning you don't really know if you're gonna taste all of them, and you're kind of like wondering, are there really 15 ingredients? But the more you eat it, the more you find those different ingredients inside. So that is really interesting. And it's enjoyable from beginning to end. Here in Tokyo, it's not very hard to find really good quality food.
But here it is usually a good sign if they just serve one thing, or like a variation of one thing. It's amazing how well this pairs with it. It's so beautiful. And it tastes exactly the way it looks.